Professor P.J. Narayanan, Director for the International Institute of Information Technology, Hyderabad. He would be delivering his views and thoughts on investments and funding in education sector, funding in R&D, global collaborations, and role of banks and financial institutions. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to Sudhir, Naveen Mittalji and the IndiGlobal festival to invite me here. So I'll just say, I'll be very brief. I represent IIIT Hyderabad, which is a unique experiment that the state government did 25 years ago, almost 25 years ago, of setting up a institution, a higher education institution in IT, focusing on IT. The state government set it up, but state government gave some land and building, but no money, no grant, no nothing. They connected us with 4 or 5 industries who gave some little money. So this is an institution started by state government, but run as a private institution because we have no donors, no management, neither the government is the management nor some family trust is a management. And it wasn't clear. No, so this is 1998. We are completing 25 years next year, and we started a year-long or year-plus long Silver Jubilee celebration. It was kicked off with an inaugural lecture exactly 2 weeks ago. And there I was saying, when this started, it was not clear how this institution will survive or how long it will survive in this model. I'm glad to say we have done very well in terms of the educational achievement, not just surviving. And so we do every rupee that is paid as salary to me or to the support staff or paying the bills is raised by ourselves in multiple ways. So this is a truly self-sustaining institution. But from the beginning, we aimed at being a top research institution among all the IITs, IISc, whatever there in the country or the world. We didn't want to be just a teaching institution. People know that tuition fee, n amount, and you can somehow break even. There are many teaching institutions in the outside of the government sector, but there are very, very few. We are probably the pioneers of top-end research institution outside of the government setup. That is no guaranteed funds. We do get funds from state governments, some department, but many from the central government research funding against research proposals. These are against proposals. They are evaluated again. They are competitive against other institutions, and we get funded. So that for specific engagement. So that's where we come from, and we are able to do well, sustain well, etc. But the question is a broader question, not only of funding education but also R&D. We all know the story in India how hardly 1%, 1.5% of the GDP is invested in research or R&D future, whereas countries like Israel or South Korea, 3%, 6%. You hear all these numbers and they are all true. If you want to be anywhere close to that, we have to first start with investment. And there is also a topic relevant today is that there are a lot of CSR money or philanthropy money going into institution. We have another very unique institution right next to us called ISB, which is also a similar model, but it focused on high-end management education. But it also started with probably the who is who in the world being sponsors and supporters with big money there. So you go there, you see world-class infrastructure buildings, etc. You come to IIIT, you see Jugaad infrastructure. Only recently we are able to raise some funds ourselves. TCS gave us 20 crores 7 years ago, and we built a building called Kohli Research Block, named after FC Kohli. So these kind of philanthropies giving money to institutions like us is not very common. It's increasing now. And what we see encouraging is like alumni funding, not for us yet because we are a young institution, our alumni is still young. But you see big announcement in IISc got 300 crores or something from Mindtree founders and other alumni. We see IIT Kanpur got some 200 crores, something very, basically very, very, very significant money. 100 crores, 200 crores. IIT Madras got some Chris Gopalakrishnan and other foundation. And, you can also see how this, both IISc and IIT Kanpur at least are expanding from their engineering, science focus to healthcare focus with this money, which is a very encouraging development. So this kind of, CSR money or in individual philanthropy helping education is starting now, and it's an extremely encouraging sign. But at the very end, so okay, if an IISc is doing extremely well, want to expand into new thing and funds come from them, that's very good. But I think the bulk of higher education, the purpose of higher education is for the society, and hence the major responsibility of funding higher education, whether it is research, whether it's the basic institution and its upkeep, has to lie with the government. It cannot be that, you can replace the government, because, of a philanthropy, all it put together will not amount to even the, 1% of the total education budget of the center and the states put together. There cannot be. So there are challenges, but I think we need to, we talk about the demographic dividend. IIT has, India has a median age of some 27 or something. That means we have roughly 3 crore children born every year, which means there are 3 crore students in class 5, 3 crore in class 6, 3 crore in class 7, every one of them. And every other country, Japan has a median age past 50, I'm told, and China is graying. So this having young population is a great asset and what they call demographic dividend. But that asset is, it's a diamond lying in the mines. It has to be taken up and polished well, and that happens only if they are all given very good quality education. Not just having youngsters is not enough. They need to be educated well so they become productive citizens of the country, and not just, there are too much talk about industry-oriented education. I'm not I'm not very fond of that kind of thing. I think our students or children should go beyond all that. They should be building industry rather than, being workers. Industry-ready education, industry-ready graduates, etc., still looking at people who are workforce for already existing industry. I think time has come to move beyond that. You should be building individuals who build those institutions. So this requires a lot of investment. And there's a lot of talk about these things now, which is a good thing. But I think adequate understanding of the scale required to achieve that is not been there either in the central government or the state government, and there is a lot of resource crunch, all right. But I think if you take a long-term view, the investment in education pays back very heavily in the future, and that's the message I have. I don't have any magic solution, naturally, nobody has magic solutions, but I think the single most point is education, higher education, definitely school education, even higher education is an investment for the society, and the society has to at large realize that. And once you do that, it's just like we are all happy about funding defense because it's about protecting ourselves. Here it's a similar thing, your defense against the future. So that's the message I have. When governments have to step up, but all the philanthropists, all the foundations and all the people out there who have spare money now, funding education again will be one of the best things that you will do. And this includes all of you. Go back, think of your own institution or think of the institution you studied. You are alumnus of some institution. Whatever you have, give 1,000 rupees, give 10,000 rupees, give 500 rupees. That's what we are told when we said our alumni relations start. They said, it doesn't matter, you don't have to give crores. You start them off. You say every student gives 500 rupees a month from now onwards. Get it, get a thing set up so that they take it from the bank directly. 500 rupees a month, which is almost every graduate of IIIT can afford, maybe from year 1, year 2, year 3. So it's the starting that is important. So all of us are alumni of multiple institutions or at least one institution. Support starts there. So it is it's a responsibility of the society to fund higher education, research and all the other aspects. So, and the responsibility lies with us. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for inviting me and accommodating this request. Thank you very much. Thanks, Sudhir.
A round of applause for Mr. P.J. Narayan. I would request Naveen sir, if you can do the honors by presenting the speaker memento to Mr. Professor P.J. Narayan, Director for the International Institute of Technology. Thank you so much.